Creating a digital human is one of the hardest things you can do in visual effects. This is not de-aging. This is not face replacement. But what you see for Junior is a completely digital creation, 100% driven by Will Smith's performance capture.
A lot of the film, Will is actually interacting with his younger self. He's wrestling with him, he's fighting with him, and of course it's very difficult to get in photography two Wills, you know, that we would maybe conventionally de-age. And so that was one of the reasons to kind of do a fully digital character. The other reason is that, you know, Ang Lee was pushing for incredibly high resolution, 120 frames per second, and at that resolution and clarity, it is almost like creating a reality rather than a visual effect.
The movie as a whole, I think, makes technological steps in every aspect. We took a little scene from the movie Bad Boys, where we basically made an attempt to take two shots out of those and created basically Will Smith in this context. We tried to get these two shots really worked up to a level where you could see them in a run and you couldn't tell which ones were digital and which ones were just real.
The technology we're inventing is something Ang has been wanting to do for a long time. He's making a leap forward that no other director has even tried to do.
When you see the two Will Smith, well, that's something we never experienced before.
This technology is going to change how movies are made and how movies are seen.
The Uncanny Valley basically just describes the sort of likeliness of a character or a subject, basically. As soon as it becomes a little bit too close to the representation of a human being, it sort of drops into what is called the Uncanny Valley, and this sort of leaves you with like a very sort of unsatisfying feeling or discomfort, basically, because you get so close to realism that it becomes uncomfortable because it isn't quite real. So it appears to be creepy.
You know, I think a lot of the time when you fall into what's called Uncanny Valley and something is just a little bit eerie, is a lot of the focus there is on the eyes. You know, I think naturally we look at eyes more than anything in the world, and you know, we're able to judge whether someone is just tired or someone is upset. A very fine line in terms of, you know, the difference there. There's a softness to Will's eyes that's, you know, at times it's inviting and it's gentle, even though he's got, you know, even though he might be eyeing up a shot as a ruthless killer, we needed to kind of hit that mark. And so, yeah, I hope the audience enjoys the film, really kind of believes that it's a real Will Smith.
How'd he start you? Hunting, birds, rabbit? I'm guessing 19, 20 years old, the first time he ordered you to shoot a person. 25 years ago, he took my blood. He made you from me.